Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphone Emmy, and today we're going to have a face-off between Motorola's Droid X and HTC's EVO 4G, and we're going to get this face-off started with talking about the specifications on both of these two phones. Before I get to it, as always, the displays are turned up as bright as they will go, and they're both running off the same Wi-Fi network. Alright, the Droid X. Dual-band CDMA, EVO Rev A 3G, phone weighs 153 grams. Build quality is outstanding, high-grade plastic and metal. It's got a nice soft rubberized texture coating over the entire phone. Phone feels very solid in your hand. Build quality is very good. On the EVO 4G, again, dual-band CDMA, EVO Rev A, but also offers WiMAX 4G connectivity. Build quality, again, is very good. The phone weighs 170 grams. Front of the phone and sides, high-grade plastic. The back, nice soft rubberized texture coating with a nice little accent around the camera. Again, the build quality is very good and the phone also feels very, very solid in your hand. Taking a look around the Droid X, in the lower left-hand corner is the lanyard loophole. Next to that on the left side is the HDMI port along with the micro USB port. On top is a 3.5mm headphone jack along with the power and lock key. On the right-hand side is your volume rocker up and down as well as a dedicated camera key. EVO 4G has the HDMI port on the bottom and micro USB port. On top, 3.5mm headphone jack along with the power and lock key, and on the right hand side is your volume rocker up and down. On the back of the Droid X, you've got an 8-megapixel camera with autofocus, dual LED flash, geotagging, image stabilization, as well as face detection. Video capture is 720p at 30 frames per second. The flash acts as a video light and is capable of shooting slow motion. On the back of the EVO 4G, you also have a 8-megapixel camera with autofocus and dual LED flash. Also offers geotagging, brightness control, and face detection. It shoots video at 720p at 25 frames per second. Underneath the battery cover on the Droid X, you have a 1540 milliamp battery as well as a micro SD card slot. The battery needs to be removed to exchange or replace micro SD cards. EVO 4G, you've got a 1500 milliamp battery along with the micro SD card slot underneath the battery cover, and again the battery needs to be removed to replace or exchange micro SD cards. Also on the back of the EVO 4G, you've got your great little kickstand here for watching video. There you go. Alright, let's take a look at the front of the phones. Droid X has a 4.3-inch capacitive LCD display showing 480 by 854 pixels. It offers multi-touch, an accelerometer sensor, as well as a proximity sensor. On the EVO 4G, in the upper right-hand corner, you have a front-facing 1.3 megapixel camera for video calls. Below that is the 4.3-inch capacitive touch display showing 480 by 800 pixels. It also offers multi-touch, an accelerometer, and proximity sensor. Underneath the screen on the Droid X, you have 4 physical keys: a search key, a back key, a home key, and a main menu key. On the EVO 4G, you've got 4 touch-sensitive keys: a search key, a back key, a main menu key, and a home key. The Droid X has 8 gigabytes of internal storage, 512 megabytes of RAM. Memory can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes through the use of micro SD cards. The EVO 4G comes with 1 gigabyte of RAM, 512 megabytes of RAM, and again, memory can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes also through micro SD cards. Both of the phones can be used for data tethering. The Droid X up to 5 devices simultaneously, the EVO 4G up to 8 devices simultaneously. Both of the phones offer a Wi-Fi B, G, and N. Both of the phones offer Bluetooth version 2.1 with support for A2DP. Both of the phones have GPS with support for AGPS. The Droid X runs on Texas Instruments OMAP 3630 1 GHz processor, as well as having a graphics chip. The EVO 4G runs on Qualcomm's 1 GHz Snapdragon processor. Both of the phones use Android 2.1 Eclair as their operating system. The Droid X has the Moto Blur overlay, and the EVO 4G has the HTC Sense UI overlay.